Greetings and salutations, everyone. I do hope everyone is still doing well, and welcome to tonight's second bonus. Before we jump on into it, a couple quick links. As many of you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, channel membership, and the merch to help the channel to continue to grow and go. Links to Patreon, PayPal, and channel membership is in the description below. Merch displayed directly under the video. Also, Dogman Frightening Encounters, Volume 1 through 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeff Nadolny. Those audiobooks are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, links to which are also in the description as well. And finally, last but definitely not least, if you'd really like to help support this channel to continue to grow and go, simply subscribe. It does not cost a cent. Click the like button, takes half a second. If you don't want to miss out on any of the informative uploads that I put out daily, click that bell icon, and folks, please leave a comment and share the video. Why? Well, because all these things really do help the channel to continue to grow and go. They definitely do matter, and they are appreciated. And with that, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's jump in to tonight's second bonus, shall we? All right, everybody. Today I have a guest that we all know and love, DJ. DJ, how are you?
Pretty good, Jeff. Not too bad.
So last time we talked, you had talked about your wife's aunt and uncle having kind of a smell up that way. Has there been any kind of smells or anything up on your wife's aunt and uncle's property as of late? Have they complained to you about anything?
Not up that way, not that I know of.
Okay.
Not recently.
All right. Now, you just recently moved, which we covered, but I want to cover again because we're getting new subscribers coming in. You're about 30-40 minutes from where you used to be, correct?
Yeah, about 45 minutes where I used to be.
Okay. And you're in the woods, essentially.
That's an understatement. Yeah, I'm in the woods, that's for sure.
All right. So, when you moved out there, why? Because I've got new subscribers, why don't you just, if you don't mind, from day one when you moved, you started noticing things. I believe that you started losing pets to start with.
Yeah, I lost 2 cats in the first week we were here. And then I've heard some across the road, I think the second or third week. And then a week after that, I heard howling way down the road, and then it got real close because it was moving real fast. And then we spotted one out here, which you've seen the picture. You've done that episode.
Yeah. I
caught one back here stalking a deer, looking right out the deer out the back window.
And you've shown, really quick, you've shown a couple people that picture. I believe you had shown one of your friends was a retired police officer or something, or?
Yeah, he's a retired detective.
What did he say about that picture when you showed it? Like, let's say I'm the guy, you just showed me the picture. What was his reaction?
Exact words was Jesus Christ. And he used other words too, but I'm not going to use that kind of language on here.
Right. So he saw it immediately. He knew.
Oh, he picked up on it immediately. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he put it on his machinery as a detective. He has a special, some kind of program on his computer that helps him go through photographs and, bring the detail up to a more accessible level.
Yep.
He didn't even have to do that. He was putting in his program, and when he pulled up on it, pull up close up, he didn't have to apply the program. He seen it immediately.
Now, has he? We're getting a little off topic, but we'll get back there. Has he shared with you anything about the Dogman or creatures or any kind of cryptids or any strange happenings out in the woods of Virginia, West Virginia?
He won't talk about it.
He won't.
He will not discuss any past cases like that with me.
Okay. Almost like
I try to get him to talk to me, to tell me anything. The only thing he tells me is I'm on the right road. Just keep doing what I'm doing.
Huh.
He will not. He's that professional of a person. He just won't discuss any cases.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he has admitted there has been cases that deal with things that are not normal everyday life, and I can't get it out of him if it's cryptid. He just tells me that it was animal related. That's all he'll say.
Yeah, he might have signed some paperwork and stuff to keep quiet about certain things.
He may have, but he's a very good individual. He's professional, and he's been retired for some time, and I still can't get him to discuss it. He just tells me there's some things it's not worth talking about.
Right. So back to the Dogman in your neck of the woods. You took this picture, then you were outside. With I think that's when not what happened today, but recently when you saw it go up into the woods.
Yes, I seen it cross the creek.
Okay. Can you
Or something crossed the creek, yeah. I was outside, and there's a stream, a little mountain stream that borders the house.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way up the holler. You can see it for about 100 yards before it tucks back in behind a hillside. And I was up there, and it's covered with trees, of course, branches hanging down. And I heard sound like a couple rocks smacked together. If you ever heard it, sounds like two pool balls being smacked together times 10.
Yeah.
And I looked up, and I seen something dark and big jump the branch. And it was a big black, I would say totally black, but it was a dark flash is all I seen. I didn't make nothing out, but that's the only thing it could have been.
Huh.
And then it moved, then it was gone. I mean, these things move. I don't know. I can't compare anything in life that I've crossed as far as a living creature, man or animal or anything else that can touch the speed of these things. I mean, they're faster than a flick of a switch almost.
Right. So then I believe the timeline is then you get the call or communication with your wife's aunt and uncle.
Correct.
And that was pretty much just a garbage smell, urine smell, kind of.
Urine and manure.
Yeah.
But I don't think that her uncle was a hunter. He's hunted and he's been in the woods a lot, but I'm not sure if he's ever smelt a bear. I've smelt a bear up close and personal. I've smelt one alive and dead, and it just smells like a locker room full of football players after four hard innings and plus overtime. I mean, it smells like nothing but sweat.
Right.
Pure, nasty sweat. I mean, it's a stench, but it's not an overbearing smell that you can't tolerate. Whatever they smelled like, they said, urine and crap.
Okay.
To the point that they had to go indoors to get away from it. It was that bad. They couldn't stand to be out there where it was at. And then we have today's happenings.
Now, with today, you painted the picture for me really well. And it happened today, so I know you're a little kind of
still a little shaky.
But why don't you take your time, kind of just almost like you're going over exactly how it happened and what happened. So you go outside.
Yeah, I go up in the woods. I was going to do it today anyway. The rain had let off earlier this evening for a while, and the sun had came out, which the mountains are logged with water right now, and the water's starting to go down, but the soil is wet and damp, and the tree's still holding water, which deer move when it's wet. I don't know if you've ever heard that, but most hunters know, even enthusiasts of wildlife know that most wildlife moves when there's a storm, rain, or whatever. It makes deer move. So I was out doing early scouting to see where all these trails up here in the mountain, what's active and what's not, to go ahead and get a hold on it before season. And I was going up through there, and I was about halfway up the mountain, and I heard something, and I have my shotgun, and I looked up the ridge. I heard something, and I looked back down, and I don't know if something fell, something jumped down, or if something was thrown. But I look back up, and it's standing out. It steps up from behind the side of a tree. Well, I didn't see it step out, but when I look back up, it was there. I'll say it was a little less than half of it exposed, and I seen it at a full glance. I got a good look at it. I've seen it now, and it's not. It wasn't. I wouldn't say scared as I was just taken off by chance. I mean, it caught me off guard.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you've seen a Dogman when you were younger hunting, and then
Oh,
you've
yes.
seen one that one of your friends had killed. You kind of were off about this one. You were kind of shaky. You said it just. You can give the description.
It's. I don't know if it was its intention or if it's naturally looks like this, but it had a very unfamiliar gait to it. In other words, it what I'm trying to say is it frightened me. Not the pure presence of it, but the way it looks and the scent that it gives off. The scent that it gives off. I don't know if it was mad at the world or it just looks like it is pissed at the world. It's got a very evil look to it.
Okay. What color is it?
It's blackish brown with blonde. It does have a lighter patch of blonde right on the hood of the snout, right on the schnoz.
Okay. How about the eyes?
Eyes are dark, but I did see it for a split second. The light was coming through the trees, and right before it disappeared, the leaves gave way, and the sun came in, and I seen the eye's gold. It's black when the sun's not on it, but when light hits it, it's a gold color.
Okay.
And like I said, it's got a blonde patch about halfway down on her nose. Well, I call her a nose. And it stood up. I'm 6'2", and I walked up there after a few minutes. I caught myself. Well, after about an hour, I sat there and made sure everything was cool and walked up there. And it's well over 6.5, 7 feet tall. It's not Arnold Schwarzenegger like you hear most people say. It was tall. It was cut. Mm-hmm. It was thick, but it wasn't overly thick. And it seemed like it was something different about this one.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I could have swore either I'm needing new glasses or this was a female. I could have swore I seen a breast. On its left, it was on my right-hand side when I picked up the tree, so it would have been its left-hand side. It looked just like a breast. And her, whatever it was, jaw was not fully enclosed. It was down a little bit. I seen tartary teeth.
Okay.
And you could see the gleam from the saliva on her teeth. It wasn't he or her, whatever, God forgive me. It wasn't dripping saliva, but her mouth was wet, his or her.
Okay.
And it just gave off a gate like it wasn't trying to run you. It's just there's something in the air that it's. I don't think it's evil. It just looks like it's mad all the time, like it's pissed at the world.
Right.
It don't have the frivolous looks on it, and it don't look like this one does not look like a dog.
Yeah, you had said that.
The way the teeth and the thing, I swear it gives off that one like Bad Moon. That werewolf off Bad Moon. It just he or she, the eye, the way it's made, it just looks like it's pissed at the world. It's mean looking.
Right.
Like it's looking for a fight, though it didn't start nothing, thank God.
Now, this is only a couple of seconds that you're seeing this thing.
Yeah, and I had my gun on my shoulder. I don't know if it realized it at first or not. I went to get the gun to take it off. Then I thought I'd remember my camera and my phone. I reached down, take my off up for a tenth of a second, try to get my phone. I get back up, and it's gone. But this time I was able to realize where it went and how it travels.
Okay.
And it's not using the ground like most people, like all of them think they probably do. This thing went up the tree. It was a great big, huge oak tree up here on the mountain that I started hearing leaves and stuff. Like I don't know if you've ever been in the woods where you could hear a squirrel or a possum or a coon or even a cat when they dig their claws in the bark. You know that sound.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing the sound times. Let's say if a squirrel does it, you can barely hear it. This was times 10. And leaves and leaflets started dropping down and pieces of branches. And I see a split second of its side, a flash of its fur going up into the tree canopy before it got way up top and I couldn't see it no more. So they do use the trees. It does climb trees and it climbed the tree.
That's terrifying. Now,
and then
did you see it climb?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it climb.
Now, was it like kind of like a cat or like a human with like those kind of, like those claws that pole climbers use and stuff like that?
That's
How?
what it reminds you of, like a Canadian log swimmer, how they can climb up them poles.
Yeah.
It was climbing, but I swear it looked like it leaped about 5 or 6 feet on a bounce. It climbed so far, and then like it would jump on up the tree and climb some more, and then it just went out of sight. Because when I heard that claw dig real deep and I heard something move, I seen the flash of it, like I said, and it went from about another 5 feet up the tree when I seen the flash, like it had jumped 5 feet at one time, and then it was gone. I heard it going up a little bit, and then the noise stopped. The tree stopped shaking because the further it went up, the thicker the tree was. It's very thick up in the top. And I would say this tree probably stands over 125 feet tall.
Wow.
And then I just try to catch my breath and catch my nerve and everything else. And when I stood there for probably 15 minutes, and when I got to the point that I was all right to sit down and watch my surroundings and catch my breath or my mind, so to speak, so catch it back from running away from me, I sat there for right next to an hour before I started moving. And then I went up next to the tree. I can honestly believe, I don't know there's something different about it. I don't know that I really don't think it's looking for trouble. But the gate that it gives off, it don't want to be messed with. It don't want to have no interaction at all with humans.
You said that you seen a breast, right? I'm wondering if it's hunting or scavenging. And you guys just moved in the area. I believe it was a family home. How long had the house been empty for a while?
No, it's never been empty.
Okay. Now, the people that lived there prior, did they go outside a lot?
No.
Okay.
Very quiet.
Older
very
people,
quiet
or?
Yeah, she's in her 60s.
Okay, so a person who wouldn't go out in the woods notice something like this lurking around.
No, they would never have noticed it.
Okay. Maybe this thing is a female. Maybe it's springtime. Maybe it had a litter of pup or one. I don't know how many they have. We don't know, really. You can only guess. So maybe it's got a pup or two somewhere. And that's why it's got that look. You've got a firearm on your side. Maybe it's kind of not really, just being leery and kind of trying to scare you. And, because you said that it's got a breast. It's springtime. That's my guess, maybe.
It was either a breast or it had a growth on it. Is the only thing what I tried to explain it with.
Right.
No, it could have easily been who knows, a birth defect, or it could have had an infection, or it's in the woods. Something could have bit it. I don't know.
Yeah, or some sickness like that, that wasting disease that deers get, but they get those boils or whatever. They get those growths on them.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't get like how would you put it, an overbalance of male feeling, like that it was, how would you put it? Ain't gonna take no crap, because it was different from the other ones I had seen.
Right.
And come across. I mean, it didn't mess with me. I don't think it meant me no harm. Well, if it meant me no harm, I wouldn't be here. Let's just put it that way. But at the same time, there's just something different about it.
Yeah. Well, I know that you were scared because when I had called you back, you were getting ready to take your dogs out, you and your wife, and you really get the flashlight. I'm gonna carry the gun. I'm not seeing this thing, and then you were out there for a little, couple minutes till your dogs did their business, but you were shaky.
Yeah, I was shaky, I guess you could say. When I fear I fear what they can do and what they've done. I don't know if they've done anything over here personally, but at the same time, we don't understand them. They don't understand us. Our local and powers that be, so to speak, all the alphabet government agencies will not admit their existence. They've drained people. They've drum them and intimidate them not to say nothing. So I don't know what I'm more afraid of.
Yeah.
That this animal or whatever its life form is, or the people, the powers that be that know they're here and want to try to keep people like us quiet. I mean, as long as he or she, whatever it is, or maybe if it's a whole brood, as long as it don't have nothing to do with harm us, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like we discussed, I believe Myra Ramy, where she disappeared, is behind where you are or in front of where you are. And then
yeah, it's on down the road.
The older gentleman that disappeared last year, and the state police came in and they did a pretty good search with drones looking for him as well, is in that surrounding area. Chicken something trail or something like that. If I off the top of my head, I keep forgetting which one it is, but I haven't looked at the file in a couple weeks. But you've got a lot of strange disappearances, a lot of bodies popping up. I've still checked on the Honecker case, Richard Timothy Honecker, and there's no news from the media or the police about the second body that was found in that culvert, and I'm still curious why.
The same as me. And the honest truth, we'll probably never know.
Yeah.
Now that I'm out of that area now, I don't hear as much as I once did.
Yeah. Now, how far are you from the cave system where you went and took those pictures?
I'm probably, I'd say 35 minutes.
Well, now what route was that? I don't have my files in front of me, so my brain is kind of
460.
460. That's right. Now, so yeah, as the crow flies, minus being a road, if you were to go straight from your home to there, how far?
20 minutes.
A lot of woods between it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
A lot of mountains, a lot of small communities, a lot of farms, a little bit of everything between here and there.
Are you closer to Buchanan now?
I am in Buchanan.
You are in Buchanan now. So okay, so you're out of Tazewell now.
I'm out of Tazewell and Russell County.
Yeah. And then Mercer's just right across the border.
Yeah, it's in the state of West Virginia.
Yep.
It's not far from here.
Yeah, it fits together like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. Where I'm at, you can be in Russell County or in Tazewell County within I can be in Russell County in less than 10 minutes from here, about 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I can be in Tazewell County in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. And the reason why we're mentioning this is because there's been numerous, for the new people, there's been numerous bodies and disappearances in Mercer, Buchanan, Tazewell, those three counties. Mercer, West Virginia, Tazewell, and Buchanan, Virginia, is kind of like what I'm calling the beginning of the hotspot zone. For some reason, it seems like that to me. If you had to compare this creature to the one you saw when you were hunting when you were younger, how would you compare it?
Taller and not as thick, and not that, I guess you would say, evil the first one was the first time I guess you could say, a virgin to cryptids then, so it just plumb scared the crap clean out of me.
Right.
I don't know if it's being around these things that I didn't get as scared as I was then, but there's something very different about the one I cured today. I don't know what it is, but it is different.
And you are pretty sure that it's the same one, because in the last couple of times that you've seen this, you have mentioned that blonde patch on its snout.
Yeah, it's got a blonde patch right on it, whatever it is, right on its snout. So it's about synonymous with like Klinger off of MASH, Jamie Farr, that big nose. This, instead of having just a big nose, it's got a blonde patch on it.
Okay.
I mean, it's very odd.
Yeah.
If you ask my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's very strange the way that it's acting too, and it's strange that it may be a growth, because you did have a full frontal shot of it, and you didn't see two breasts, you only saw one.
Right, the rest of it was tucked behind a tree.
Okay, so it could have had another one.
It could have had another one, correct.
Okay.
Long ass on part, long arms, very long arms.
Okay.
I mean, this arm looked like it was, my goodness, 4 foot long.
And that's how it probably climbed the trees very easily, using the claws on its hands and its feet.
It reminds you of one of them little old Keckler or spider monkeys, how they climb them trees.
Yeah.
How it'll climb so far and it'll jump, climb, and jump. That's what it reminds you of.
Like kind of clip, 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 pop, clip, 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 pop.
Exactly. Right on.
Yeah.
I've never heard or seen anything move like that. My gracious.
That's incredible.
It's as natural in the tree, in my opinion. It's at home as much in the tree as it is on the ground, maybe more so.
Yeah. Well, there was a subscriber, and a while ago, a female subscriber, and when she was younger, they lived out, I forget what state, but she had recalled seeing a few dogmen in a tree. And then her home, I think it was her mom, her sister, and a friend were all at the house, and they had to hunker down or something like that. But there was a few dogmen in the tree, and I believe they're able, even though they're heavy and big, I believe they are smart enough to know what tree to use and what patch to use to travel and not be seen or to be heard.
Right.
It's just common sense for an apex predator like that to just know its surroundings and know how to travel without being seen or heard. So yeah, I'm pretty. How tall was the tree that it went up in, and was there more trees surrounding it?
Oh yeah, it was in a whole grove of trees. I'd say that tree was 120, 140 foot tall.
So a big old tree.
Great big. I couldn't fit my arms around it.
Okay. This is old growth. This is old Virginia growth.
Oh yeah, that tree's probably been up. I'd hate to know the age of it.
The forest around it the same way, probably.
Yeah, a 24-inch chain, a 20-inch bar on chainsaw couldn't go all the way through it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Now there are caves back there.
Yeah, there's caves back in here.
Okay. And is there any mines or anything in that area, or just the caves?
There's old mines everywhere up in here.
Okay.
Plus there's these gas roads, glass wells,
No, what are they?
Gas wells. They drill down and hit gas. They set gas pumps, gas wells up for natural gas.
Yeah.
And they're doing that where there is a mine, there was a mine, or there's at least a coal seam, because you got that. With the coal, you'll have the gas. They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say at the entrances and exits, that's set back in these woods that people just walk by or don't know it exists, or leaf litter and brush have covered up for generations. We just don't know.
Yeah.
Now we got to start looking up when we go in the mountains. That's for sure.
Not even the mountains, just the woods itself. I really think that that's what they're doing. They're using, and I think that's what they've been doing, is using the trees. Occasionally, they're on the ground, but
I agree with you. No natural sportsman, when they go in the woods, hiking or whatever, is going to think to look up in the trees for immediate danger.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got bobcats down here, and I know we've got mountain lions. Don't matter what the Virginia Department of Game and Inland Fisheries say, they're here. We know they're there. They utilize the trees, but there's a new alpha predator in town, and it's definitely not a bear or a cougar.
Well, I wouldn't say new. I think it's been there for a long, long time, but yeah. And, in our hunters here in America, like you said, don't go. No, not even hikers. We have no animals like if you were in South America or the Amazon when you would look up. You know what I mean? We don't have any kind of predator.
No.
That, and how often is, you're more apt to see a mountain lion on the ground than in a tree.
Right.
It's just, pure what I've seen and what I've heard. So we just don't have anything. And I think that's how they've avoided. I really think Bigfoot, I think they use the trees to travel. I think these things use the trees to travel. And people are like, well, we've been in the woods. I've been in the woods all my life and I've never seen anything. Well, how often do you look up? You don't. It's just something that you're always looking ahead of you when you're in the woods. I don't want to step on this rock and twist an ankle. I don't want to slip. I don't want to, step on a freaking rattlesnake or something,
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe to me, something's off with this one. I think maybe it's a female. Maybe it's got a baby or two around. It hasn't acted, and thank God that it hasn't acted aggressive towards you yet. Hopefully it doesn't, but
I hope it doesn't.
It probably chased that deer. It probably got a meal out of that deer.
Hey, we all got to live. They even the damages that they've done, the people that might be missing, we don't know for 100%, but they have a right to life too. Until that explanation is explained to us, where their origins came from or how they came to be, until they prove otherwise, to me, it's still an animal. An animal has a right to life, and it has to eat as well as we do.
Yeah.
As long as it's not feasting on human carrion. When I find that out, there'll be a different story.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as it's not hunting human, then that has to something's got to be done at that point. Yeah. Or your pets.
If it comes after my pets, they'll probably be seeing me on the back of the milk carton because I will start going after it then.
Yeah. Now, has there been any new howls as of the last couple of days since I've talked to you, or anything else?
No, I haven't heard none.
Just pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was it didn't make any noise or anything? How far away from you, what were you from this creature?
I would say 35 yards.
Okay.
I was close enough with the weapon I had on me. If I'd have got it up and it was still center and I'd have shot, it would have, in my opinion, somebody would have been drug out of the woods, and I don't think it would have been me.
Okay.
But at the same time, there again, I had the opportunity. I don't know if I'd have been fast enough or if I'd really wanted to, but I did not take the chance. Until, even though maybe it was testing to see what I would do, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't want to start nothing that I can't finish. And if it don't mess with me, I don't have no reason to mess with it. Maybe it was trying to see what I would do.
Very
and maybe
true.
now, if they say they're highly intelligent, and if they're as intelligent as what researchers like you and a few others think and we think, maybe that scene got an answer that it wanted.
Yeah.
But I won't mean it no harm.
Well, I think it showed its intelligence today, along with living skills. Like it just
Right.
it hid on you. You didn't even know it was there until it popped out.
No, it's that stealthy.
Yeah. So.
I think the sound of what I heard was it might have knocked something down out of it, or it might, what I heard hit the ground might have been its feet.
Hopping out of that tree and then going back
up.
up.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Maybe it might have hit a rock or something on the hillside, and when I heard rolling.
Yeah. How close to that, the first location when you first saw it with the deer, how is that in that same area?
No, it's way up above there. Way up above there.
Above there. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say I was a quarter of a mile away from that.
Huh. Yeah, I'd be careful going up that way. I would, if I were you and I saw something like that and I had both experiences like that, it's maybe it was in the tree, maybe there was a boundary that you crossed and it dropped down to say, hey, get out of here.
Very possible.
Maybe it's looking at boundaries now. Like, I don't go too far into your boundary. You don't come into mine.
Well, she's been...
Well, I'm saying it's not like sitting at your picnic table in your backyard. You know what I mean? Like,
No, but it's been a little too close for comfort.
well, yeah.
But I noticed I started doing, I won't mention that on here. I'll let you know later, but I've been doing something that I've done for years during hunting season. I won't put it out, but explain it to you later, and it seems to be helping.
Okay.
I haven't seen it close around here since I started doing this, and then hopefully that, if that's anything that's helped deter it away from here, that's what I've been doing.
Well, just keep doing that, and maybe go up, whatever you're doing. Kind of work your way up, to kind of expand your area.
My boundary, so to speak.
Yeah. But be leery too, because like you said, I don't know. The way you're describing this creature, it sounds like it's territorial. It almost sounds, for some reason, I don't know why, and you keep calling it a her because that's how you felt. Maybe it really is a female, and maybe there's pups up there somewhere, and I happened to step into its area and it wanted you out.
That's very possible.
It sounds to me like it sounds like a very natural instinct, for an animal to do. Hey, you're in my turf, get out. I got to protect what's mine. And
that's very possible.
My family's there, and like you said, it was half behind a tree, so you couldn't tell if it had, but you had that feeling that it was a female. So
yeah, there was something different about it. I mean, it caught me more off guard than anything. It shook me up because one minute there's nothing there, the next minute, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just got that kind of peekaboo, going on, and that right there will unnerve you faster than anything. Something that's not there 1 second and there the next.
Yeah.
But unlike an apparition, this thing is flesh and bone. Because it didn't jump into any portal of this time that I know of. The portal was the tree. I mean, it was going up it like it had done it its whole life. And it was actually sort of, I don't know, I guess you would say educational in a way. I got to see one do something that we've all probably knew deep down what they've done but never experienced it. But I have a newfound respect for the way they use trees now. And I have a different new awareness. And trust me, if I go up in there from now on, I'm definitely going to be looking up. I don't think I'll be going anymore until these leaves come off in the fall.
Yeah, definitely.
You just don't know what's there.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I think that's probably the smartest decision. And, like you said, just be careful, do what you're doing, and watch your surroundings, be vigilant, and who knows? I'm curious to find out if it is a female, though. You kind of piqued my interest with that one. So
I'd like to know for sure. Sort of, I like to say deep down, I know, I'm sure it's what it is, but I don't.
Right. But it's that feeling you got, and
right. And I really don't want to get close enough to make sure and find out.
No, I can't blame you. Buddy. I really can't.
If I knew for a shadow of a doubt that it would not harm me, I might, but I don't. I just don't know that.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a wild animal, and wild is the definition. It means it's wild. It's capable of anything.
Yeah, unpredictable.
Yeah, they're undomesticated, and for a good reason.
Yeah, very true.
But if it's as different as I think it is, I don't want to see no harm come to it.
Right. No.
If I had my choice, I would, and the capabilities, I would try to catch it alive without harm and take it somewhere where it wouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of cool to have one around, not knowing, if I knew for a sure fact that it wouldn't cause no harm, but knowing that it's there, it's different.
Yeah.
Especially considering that I don't have no reason to fear it now. I really don't.
Right.
I mean, if it didn't want me to escape, I wouldn't be talking now.
No, it could have easily taken care of you right then and there. So
it could have propelled far enough out of that tree, far enough and down on top of me before I seen if it really wanted to get rid of me. And I wouldn't have no snowball's chance in Hades of defending myself. So if it really wanted to do me in, it done me in. Instead, I don't know if it was asking a question, find out what I would do, or just like you said, I've come too close to what it was, where it was comfortable in its comfort zone. It's letting me know to back off, or maybe a little of everything.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of everything. I agree.
But, you know,
I don't know.
I feel sorry for any trespassers that want to come back through here. That's all I can tell them.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I hope you don't see it again, but if you do, I hope that, I hope you're able to see if it is a female, because that would really blow my mind, you know?
Yeah. Nobody has ever, I don't think, have you ever done heard from any subscribers or witnesses, Jeff, that they
Luke
definitely know
had
it was
seen
female?
a female once. Luke had.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I don't know. I don't, you know, I mean, I think
the face, that's what I was trying to think. The face was skinnier, Jeff.
Okay.
It was
like
more
petite or feminine?
I guess you would say that. It wasn't as puffed up with, you know, big muscles and big jawbones and, you know, like a male would be.
Okay.
The bone structure seemed to be different, like it was smaller in the face than what I would say a boar would be.
Yeah.
I refer to as a boar being a male, like, you know, in the hall or something.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's what I'm trying. Maybe that's what I was trying to get at was different, because the face was not as blowed up and muscles, like big jaw muscles and, you know, forehead muscles like that. It was real skinny looking.
Dainty?
Like the one on Bad Moon, you know, like if you remember the one on Bad Moon, how skinny a face and a schnoz it had.
Yeah.
That's what this more. I would call that like an anteater.
Yeah, I've heard someone actually referred to. You got a lot of different people how they refer to and I've heard that before, an anteater, kind of an anteaterish face, you know.
Right.
I'll find a picture of the Bad Moon werewolf, and we'll use that as the kind of make a little edit to it, but we'll use that as the thumbnail for this, so people can see what you're talking about.
Right. Maybe that's the look, the thing I was trying to get to, that it was different, because, you know, a skinnier face with more bone structure without less muscle, it's going to look like, it's going to give it a meaner gait, sort of. You take the teeth, you know, exposed and without less skin and muscle, the more bone and teeth are going to stick out. Of course, it's going to make it look pissed off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I was trying to get at, but it did. That's what I was trying to have to explain. It had a skinnier face.
Well, you did a good job explaining it. You know, you really hit the nail on the head. So, I would just do what you got. You do you, brother. You do you. You're doing you're here with us still, so you're obviously doing something right. I wouldn't push my limits and go up too further.
I'll let her have her.
There you go. Well, just refer to it as a her from right now.
I'll let it have its place, and I've got mine, the way I look at it.
There you go.
I mean, if it wants to stay up in here and live off the land, that's the way it was intended.
Yep.
As long as it's not living off humans or killing humans or humans' pets or livestock.
Yeah.
And they've got to admit, they've lived for hundreds of years undetected by living off the land. So
thousands.
So this one should not be any different.
Right. Exactly. All right, brother. Well, don't hang up, because you know I want to talk to you after.
Right.
Thank you for keeping us in the loop. It really does. You know, it gives us a different perspective on things. You know, especially this is a mystery, kind of. You know, what is it? What's going on? Is it a female? So I appreciate that.
Well, I hope even if it is a female, if my suspicions are right, I hope it's more like most females, you know, not short-tempered. What am I saying? What's the word I'm trying to look for? More patient and understanding.
Oh, yeah, hopefully it's not an Amber Heard Dogman.
Yeah, really, for goodness sakes. Johnny Depp and me, we both have our hands full with that.
Yeah. All right, brother. It was good talking to you. Stay safe, all right?
All right, you too, buddy. Take care.
All right, God bless.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
And there you have it, folks. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's second bonus as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. Thank you for supporting the channel. It is your support that helps the channel to continue to grow and go. and what gives us all a place and a chance to share our experiences and theories judgment-free. Everyone is simply treated with the respect that we deserve. Please stay safe, happy, healthy, and ever vigilant, keeping an eye on our children, pets, family, and friends. These creatures are real. These events have happened. Share this information with those you love and care about, and it may just help save their lives someday. Until next time, never stop asking questions, never stop searching for the truth, and God bless you all.